Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. What's going on, heroes? And if you guys are into the villains, welcome to the dark side. We have fresh cookies. I decided to continue talking about the next leaked characters. We eventually got, Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman. They're finally in the game and I'm very excited. They're actually pretty solid characters and I might just put some gameplay on in the background for them and just decide to talk about Blade since he is one of the leaked characters and I'm excited, so let's do it. So what I usually like to do is give a little backstory about the characters and then eventually just talk about their abilities and how I think they will show up in the actual main game. So while Blade was still in his mother's womb, she would eventually be attacked by a vampire named Deacon Frost. This attack would transfer the vampiric enzymes into Blade's bloodstream, making him a human-vampire hybrid. As a child, Blade would eventually encounter Jamal Afar, a jazz musician and vampire hunter who would eventually train him to become a skilled fighter. So after becoming a skilled vampire hunter himself, he would eventually continue to dedicate his life to vampire hunting. Alright, so now that we got everything out of the way and we figured out who he is and why he became a vampire hunter, let's get into his abilities. So Blade possesses all the vampire strengths but without the weakness of the sunlight. This means he has superhuman strength, agility, and really keen senses. So he would have an enhanced regeneration ability, so he can regenerate just like Logan, but I would say like a 25 to 50% healing rate. So he's not as fast at healing as Logan is, but he's pretty up there. And since we're talking about his enhanced abilities, let's talk about his senses. His senses are really heightened to the max. He also has night vision as well as sixth sense and can detect supernatural beings in the area. So one of the swords that he uses is a double-edged sword made of titanium with a silver edge. It is designed to be super effective against vampires. But Blade is also known to be using daggers and throwing knives, of which he is very accurate at using. But he's also known for using semi-automatic or even pistols in general. These are all filled with hollow point, garlic-filled silver bullets that are very effective against vampires, obviously. And I do think that his kit will involve dual pistols in the game. So let's not forget that he also uses grenades. Most of his grenades are UV grenades that are used, obviously, against vampires. So I would assume that if they do put it in the game, they're going to be used as flashbangs to like stun characters in the game. And last but not least, he also uses silver stakes. He's always carrying some type of silver stake that he can use to pierce the heart of vampires to ensure that they are permanently gone. Alright guys, but enough about that. Let's talk about what I think will be his kit and how they're going to use it. So I think compared to, let's say, Black Widow, okay, she has the sniper and she has her, whatever you call them, like the batons, the blade things, whatever the hell you call those stupid things. I think that his is going to be slightly different. I think that he's going to be able to use obviously the swords for close range, swap between weapons, and I think his weapons are going to be the dual bladed guns. I don't think they're going to give him an assault rifle. He might get an assault rifle, he might use his swords close range, and then he might get an assault rifle for mid to far range, which would be not that bad. It'd be pretty good. One ability that I think that he will be able to use, and I think it would be awesome, giving him the ability to wall jump as well as wall run. I'm basically comparing him to Fire Fist when it comes to the wall running, but I think his wall running may be more refined, being able to like wall run and then use his weapon like his pistols or even his AR if he's running on the wall, and being able to throw his daggers as well. Now, if they do incorporate the UV grenades, I think that it would be a perfect thing to have. Okay, everybody has like some type of ability that the other one doesn't have, because now since I'm comparing him to Black Widow and Iron Fist, I would assume they're gonna give him something different. I think the UV grenades would be freaking perfect for this. Being able to chuck the grenades and then stun the enemy team just enough for you guys to do enough DPS as possible, I think would be such a game changer and can really just turn the whole tables around on the other team. Now, I do feel just like Logan, I think that he should have a regeneration effect as well. So after a certain amount of time goes by, he starts to get his health back, and then obviously it makes it easier. You can put him right back into the fight and being able to like dish out as much damage as possible. Now, I do think that he is going to be a duelist, but he can also go into like the strategist range. Now, I'm not saying that all strategists need to be healers. I don't think it should be that way. He can definitely be a strategist, but he can also be a duelist. But if they're gonna put him in anything, he's gonna be a duelist, because he's not a vanguard. He's not one of those bulky characters, in my opinion. So let's do a quick recap. He can have 1, the double-edged sword. 2, he can have daggers and throwing knives. 3, he's gonna have a secondary weapon such as firearms, which daggers can also be a secondary weapons, but let's just face it, I think that could be also a part of his kit, because everybody else has like these weird ridiculous kit. Like freaking Punisher has like freaking 7 different weapons. I don't know, haven't even played them yet. I think it would probably be like dual pistols, like dual semi-automatics, but yet again, this guy has them. Star-Lord has them. Maybe it doesn't have to be semi-automatic. It can be just regular, pistols that do pretty good DPS. And then we have the UV grenades. These don't have to be obviously UV grenades, but yet again, they could just be named UV grenades because they can also be used as lethal flashbangs and maybe stun whatever people are in a specific range. And possibly if he is in the range and he's too close, he will flash himself because it was too bright, if I had to say. So at least there's gonna be something, you know, give or take situation. But that's all I had for this video, guys. If you guys agree with me, if you disagree, let me know. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. So while you guys are going down on the comments, please, for me, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.
Shield, but no complaints. Anyone willing to help?
Get in there. Some sort of spider's nest.
Oh, I doesn't have that range or something? The hell? Oh my god, I did so much damage on him. But with a solid team, Sue Storm is like a freaking ace.
Another epic victory! Big win!
GG's, right? Hell yeah. And I got MVP, let's go. 54? Yo, did they update how much points you can get now?